our hotel room, Denise and I, while Natalie's doing all the work. And this morning, I believe I posted on the blog that we've made this little guy here. I'm going to try and get a close up here. And forgive me because our the area where we're filming is very not restricted, but very restraining, if I can say it that way. So we're going to do our best, but Denise is going to show you how to do this. Now, Denise, what is that exactly that we're looking at right now?
This is a thin metal piece, ATC size, from Tsukineko, and it comes in various sizes. Like I said, the piece that we're working on is ATC size.
And look how beautiful this is, shimmering. Like if you hold it against the light, you see all the gold? So Denise is going to show you how to accomplish that look, and what she's going to do, I believe, is do it on the other side.
Right, I'm going to work on the back side, just with something a little bit coordinating to what we've got on this side.
Okay.
And just a little bit of an explanation, we've got layers of stays-on ink and glaze-on protector, and even some stays-on metallic ink on here to get the final finished product.
Okay.
So on the other side, we're going to do something almost the same, but with a different stamp.
Okay.
So I'm just going to show you a little bit, one step at a time, how we've done this. So this is a piece of plain metal, and because it's a non-porous surface, stays-on ink works very well on here. So I'm working first with stays-on saddle brown, and I'm going to start by using this sponge applicator and just tapping it into the ink pad and swiping it on. And it actually goes on fairly well and quickly. And these sponges are also from Tsukineko, and they're very high quality. They don't wear out when you use them repeatedly.
Because they're dense, right?
They're very dense.
Okay.
They seem very much like makeup sponges, but they're supposed to be a little bit higher quality, so they're not going to deteriorate with use. Okay, so there's the saddle brown, which once it's put on the metal, and it's a very thin coat, it looks quite golden.
Very beautiful.
So then we're going to let this dry. It doesn't take very long because it is an alcohol ink, and we're just going to make sure it's dry to the touch before I start putting anything else on top. To protect that, I'm going to start putting on this glaze on, and this is a layer protector.
Okay.
And what it will enable me to do is to layer stays on top of stays on without removing the first layer.
Why? Why would it remove the first layer?
Because of the alcohol in the next layer that I'm putting on, it's a solvent.
Right.
It will dissolve the first layer.
Okay. Okay.
So we're going to squeeze a little bit on here.
Pea size.
Just like toothpaste, we're going to use a pea-sized amount.
Sorry, we're laughing because there were some anecdotes yesterday.
I'm going to pick this up again because I find it easier to work with in my hand. And I'm just going to swipe it on, and it gets tacky pretty quickly, so you have to work quickly with it.
Do you need I guess you need a thin layer?
You want it just a thin layer, as long as
it
it covers everything, and I need to turn it around to get the parts where my
we can see the
fingers
reflection
were.
there. Yeah.
Yeah. Whoop. All right, so glaze on takes a little bit longer than stays on to dry. So we're going to put that down and let it dry, and that will be tacky, and then it'll be dry afterwards. Probably, what, 3-4 minutes, and then it's dry. Through the magic of time-lapse photography, we are ready to go again. The glaze on is dry on here now. It's not tacky at all. And so we're ready to put our second coat on. Now, I'm not going to just smear on another coat because that's going to completely cover up the first. So I am going to take this stays on in Midnight Blue, turn it the right way up so you can see it, and I'm going to dab it on using the sponge. So I'm just going to dab it into the ink pad again like I did before. I'm just going to randomly put some color on here. And because we have the glaze on, it's not removing any of the yellow from down below. Okay, so now I have the blue on here, and I think I'm satisfied with the way that looks. So I have to protect this layer again before I stamp the final layer on.
Right.
So I'm going to again use my glaze on. So we're going to let that dry again.
So what other sizes are going to be available?
Okay, so we have this ATC size. I have another one of the sizes here with me. This is the postcard size, And this blue film is on here. It's just a protective film.
Okay.
That protects the surface until you use it, but there's, you can see that it's metal.
Right.
It also comes in different sized pendants. So there's a little hole in the top. We have metal tags, circles, ovals, diamonds, and squares. It also comes in dog tag shape. And it comes in some larger circles and squares. Probably, I'll put that down, probably about that big. One more time, the glaze-on is now dry. It's not tacky at all. And so we're ready to stamp a picture on here. And sticking with the travel theme of the luggage labels on the back side, I am going to put a destination, Paris. This is a stamp from Penny Black's collection from last year. I know it was pretty popular, and I really like it, so that's what I'm using. So to stamp the final layer on here, I'm using a metallic StazOn. I'm using the copper. And the metallics are slightly different from the regular StazOn in that when you first receive your ink pad, it's completely empty. All the color comes in this little bottle. And so every time you use it, you just need to ink it up a little bit. So we just put a little bit of the copper liquid on the end of the pad here. And you can smush it in with the tip of the bottle. And you can also use this nice little squeegee tool that comes with it to spread it into the pad.
Now, do we have to re-ink it every time we use it, or?
Depends on how much ink you put in it. It's not going to dry out really quickly, but it will get a little bit sticky as well.
Okay.
And so the less you put in now, the more often you'll have to do it. I wouldn't recommend putting too much on. It depends on how much stamping you're going to be doing.
Okay.
But you can see it doesn't soak in immediately. It takes a few seconds.
Yeah, I can see that beautiful shimmer.
It's great. I love this color. So I'm just going to go ahead and ink up my stamp just by tapping it on. Okay. I'm going to get the placement here where I think I'd like it. Using this oversized block.
We use what we can, folks. We're roughing it up.
And I'm being extremely careful here. It's actually a good idea to leave your stamp face side up and to place your metal on top of it, because the metal is very slippery and can just slide right out from under here. But
you wanted to make sure that the alignment,
that.
It's also a question of alignment.
Okay, so there we go.
Look at that. Okay. Can you just lift it up so that we can appreciate the gorgeousness of that? Look at, oh my goodness. Okay. Keep moving it, and I'll just try to, I'll try to focus. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Wow. That is beautiful.
And you can see now a couple of spots where some of the other ink actually got removed, which kind of lends to the vintage look. And that's possibly because there was a spot here or there where the glaze-on wasn't completely dry. Could have been a little thicker.
Right.
But that happens, and it's actually, to me, adds to the charm.
It's just beautiful. It is stunning. Yeah, try to tilt it as much as possible. So there we go. See? Oh my goodness.
So that's the copper metallic.
Now, what would you do with that now?
Oh gosh, the possibilities are endless as always.
Yeah.
You can use this as part of a card if you want to. Like I said before, this is ATC size, so this could be your trading card. You could use it, punch a hole in it and use it as a luggage tag.
True. Oh, wow.
You could put it on a scrapbook page that you've done of your trip to Paris or wherever else, whatever other destination stamps you can find. You can do so many different things. Imagine if you had used that larger card size piece, you could be making the front of a card. Or
an album. The front of a travel journal or an album. Oh, wow. All right, so sorry guys, I needed to change my card. It was full. So we're not sure exactly where we left off, but basically I think I had asked Denise if this was it. And Denise, what is the last step that we need to do?
Once the StazOn metallic is dry, we're going to put one last protective layer of glaze-on top of it to seal in our image and make sure it doesn't rub off.
Okay. And I'm not sure if this is going to be in the first footage, but Denise was explaining how we can use this as an ATC card. You can do a luggage tag. You can do all sorts of things.
On a card or a layout.
Yeah. The bigger size.
Beautiful accent.
Yeah. And the bigger size would be ideal to put on the front cover of an album, a traveling journal. So many possibilities.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so we're going to end this here, and we're going to try to come back tomorrow with another fun mini tutorial or some footage of some stuff that we think you might have to see, or we don't know. It's a surprise! Bye, guys!